All right. So, templates. We just don't want you to have to recreate the wheel each time. So, we've created some, again, like Mike said, some were created by the pilots, some were created by the first wave of schools, and some were created by us. Where do I find the custom templates? Well, if you just go to schoolcollaboration.ocps.net, it'll be right there. Click on the link that says on the left nav called templates. So just like your website, if you look at your URL on your current site right now, even though we gave you that friendly URL, it will automatically change to schoolcollaboration.ocps.net/school/your three-letter code. So this is the top level site collection for all school collaboration. So this is where we're going to we house everything for you guys. Even the names or even the links to other school collaboration sites. So say you forget your school site, or you are working with another school and you want to collaborate with them, you can see, and I'll show you, once I get there, I'll show you what it looks like, but you'll be able to go there and see all the school's collaborations URLs. So what templates do we have? We have announcements, requests. So you have that announcements page, right? And not everybody has access to announcements to be able to create them. You are able to set this up, this request, where a teacher can put in a request to have an announcement, and it goes to the person responsible for announcements, and they can either put them up, or it's a news announcement that you want to put on if your school has their video news channel for your own news stuff there as well. So this is that. We have an automated birthday list. It's not really a request, but one of our pilot schools created a birthday list and directions on how to do it, so you can automatically, once you put the people's birthday in the list, it only shows the birthdays for that month on your page, and you don't have to manage it. You just go in and add the people and remove the people from the list itself. Copy request, becoming more and more popular with schools because it's we're trying to get away from paper. So instead of the teacher nowadays, if you don't have a digital copy request, they fill out a form, send it, and bring it to the office or whoever the place that's responsible for the copies, and that wastes paper. So by a copy request, the teacher is able to fill out a form, attach the document that they want copied, and it submits it to a particular library, and whoever is responsible for that request will get an email with the attachment in an email. So all they do is send it to those multi-function printers now that we have, and they never have to leave their seat. Using alerts, that's when we'll go a little bit, maybe try to go over alerts later. Custodial requests, same type of thing. It goes to you set it up for the custodian to get an alert. These are custodial requests. Device requests, pretty self-explanatory. Facility requests, just like custodial. Inventory request. Media center requests. Monthly fire safety checklist. Phone lists. AR requests. Supply requests, and so on. Warm body count, that's one of my favorites. That is a Szynski one. Basically, he uses the warm body count for his teachers every year, correct? Whether they're coming back, is that the warm body? Yes.
No, warm body is how many kids.
Oh, kids in the classroom. Yeah. Sorry, kids in the classroom, yes. Intend to return form. Yes. So warm body count, I guess, is during the time where they track the classes for money. Yes. So the teachers can fill out per class, and what's nice about it, according to Szynski, he can look at it at that moment in time, and if he doesn't see a teacher's information, he knows exactly who to contact. So that's one of the ones that we have here as well as a template. Can I request a template? Well, yes. Again, it's through schoolcollaboration.ocps.net. You can either click on templates on the left-hand side or just /templates. Will bring you right to that library. And there is a link where it's going to go directly to us to an email. Be very specific. Maybe we have something already. But if you do think of something that you want, then just email us. All right, so let's go and figure out and show you how you can add a template to your site. This is the top level school collaboration site. As I was saying before, you can see all the different learning communities in their schools that already have school collaboration sites. And say here, if I wanted to see what the West, you'll see Metro West, Ocoee. Even though West was not on the first rollout, Metro West, Sunridge Elementary were our pilots, and so was Olympia, but all high schools were on the first rollout. So that's why you'll see high schools. And then you'll see their links. Reason why we do this is because right now you may not have access to these particular sites, but that doesn't mean that you can't in the future. So say for instance, you could be partnering up with maybe the school that you feed to or feed from, and be able to collaborate in some way, shape, or form, and then you give your information. Hey, they'll give you access to their site, you give them to yours, and it's a really thing can actually explode in the way that we collaborate, even within the district. So this is where we are always going to list all the sites. Will be here on the top level. On the left-hand side, you'll see templates. What we've done is, I'm going to show you how to go through it, but just so you know, if you don't remember how to do it, we have a video linked directly here in our YouTube site. Oh, I don't like this here. This mouse is horrible. So you'll see here real quick that it's got audio, but it'll show you exactly what to do. And here is our templates here. Okay, so let's go and show you how to do a copy request. So what we're going to do here is you're going to go in and actually download a copy of this particular template, and all you do is click on it and then save it to your whatever your location is on your computer, and you'll see it's going to open up in a .stp file right here, and it's going to be named whatever the name is on the template itself that you saw on the site. So as you can see, it says copy request. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go, let me go to the school site here. So this is our test site here, and I'm going to put a copy request on this site here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our wheel here, and we're going to go to the site settings, which brings us to this page with all the tools that you have for the site. And we're going to click on the list templates. And of course, I think Hector put that one up there already from the test. Yeah, I'm going to delete that one. It's okay. So what you're going to see is you're going to see nothing. Okay. Now there's a lot of templates within SharePoint already, but these are strictly the ones that you put up there. So this has nothing to do with the ones that are currently there that are by default by SharePoint. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the Files tab, and we're going to click Upload Document. And you're going to browse to that document just like you do any other. And mine was in the Downloads file. And mine was the copy request. And then I'm going to click OK. And you can change the name of it at this point or not. It's totally up to you. But we're going to just leave everything by default. And we're going to save it. And it's now going to be up in your library of templates. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add this. Now that we've added the template to your site, you want to actually use it. So what I'm going to do now is come to our site contents area, and I'm going to go add an app. Everything is apps nowadays, even with SharePoint. Now SharePoint, what it does is when you add your own template, it's always going to be at the end. So you're going to have to come to the second page, and you're going to have to look at it here, and you'll now see apps you can use in this area here. You'll see one called Copy Requests. So I can click on copy request. I can name it again. It doesn't have to be called copy request. You can use these templates for other things, but they're just basic request custom lists. So we're going to still call it copy request for this. And then I'm going to say create. So now I'm going to have a new library, a new custom list here called copy request. And then what we can do is, as Hector showed you before, or talked about it earlier, it'll automatically add a recent tab in left navigation and put it there. But you really don't want to leave it there, because what happens is recent only shows the top 5 recent. So if you have 10 things, it's only going to show you 5. So what we definitely recommend is to go into the site settings, go into the navigation, and adjust it the way you want. So I really don't want my copy request to be in recent. So I can click on the copy request and I can move it down into the regular structure. Okay. So let's move it. Let's move it above. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take recents because I don't want it to be shown. And again, if I just simply hit delete the recent, it's going to go away, but will come back when something else new comes. So now I have the copy requests under the school home here, and then I can come down here and hit save. Now, another thing, you can adjust the navigation. Right now it's set by ascending, but you can come in here and do custom. You can do a custom order sort. So say I want to sort manually. So now, let's see, let's grab the copy request. I didn't want it at the top. I can move it down now to shared requests under shared documents. But say I wanted to add a new heading for all my requests, right? So I can click here, click on add a heading, and just call it requests. Don't put any URL in there or anything, and click OK. So now I have a new folder here, a new heading that I can now move this into. And you see how when it jogs out underneath the full heading, it means it's part of that heading. If it is equal, it's separate. See what I'm saying? So now I want it to jog out from the requests. So now when I click OK and I look at my left navigation, I now have requests in, and underneath it, copy requests. So when I click on copy requests, it brings you to the library that particular copy request is linked to. And then all you have to do is click on new item, fill out the form. You already have a default stuff in there, title, grade, room, extension, so on and so forth, whether you want it collated. This here, say you are the person responsible for taking care of copies, okay? This is where you're going to set the alert me, okay? So say I wanted to get alerted on this particular list. Now, you guys being as owners can make alerts for anybody. Anybody else can only make alerts for themselves. So now, as you can see, if I wanted to come over here and have Hector, I want Hector to receive these as well. So I just put in Hector's name, select him, and now he's going to be one of the people as well to get an alert anytime something's written to this library. And then you'd come over here and you would say, okay, only send me alerts when any changes happen, so all changes, new items are added, existing items are modified, or items are deleted. You can also set it up, send me alerts when anything changes, someone else changes an item created by me, or someone else changes an item last modified by me. And then when do you want the alerts to be sent? Send them immediately. Now when they say immediately, it's only going to be, it's probably within, depending on when you hit OK, when you submit this. When somebody sends something to the library, there's a timer job that usually happens anywhere to 1 to 5 minutes that actually runs the job to email people. So it depends on when that person submits it to the library. If they catch it 10 seconds before the timer job runs, it'll go out 10 seconds. If they send it right after the job ran, it'll be the next time the job runs. So that's what immediate means. Then you have a daily summary and a weekly summary. Most likely, obviously, you want any changes immediately. So once I said OK, it will set up an alert for us. Anytime a copy request happens, it will get an email generated, and that's how alerts work. Okay. Any questions? Excellent. Excuse me?
No, that's not enabled.
That is not enabled, no. Because the reason why it can be enabled, but I don't think what we want to be, there's enough connectivity with cell phones and with email that it works fine. But once you start going into SMS, you're talking about cost to people that may not even be on duty at the time, because not everybody has unlimited text messaging and stuff like that.
And I just can't think of anything on here that would be so urgent.
Yes, correct. Correct. So it's not enabled.
If the principal said,
It's not available. That's your answer. There you go. All right. But the alerts work on any library. So I just showed you just on a request. That same thing works for any library or list in SharePoint. Any questions about templates? Any templates that you saw on the site that you don't see that you may want? Just let us know.